everybody. Welcome back to Happily Booked, the bookcast where two kindred spirits believe that the pursuit of happiness is the same thing as reading a good book and being able to talk about it. I like my pauses. My name is Brooke. I am one of your hostesses. Our other hostess is named
Beck.
Okay, I said that all funky. Okay, well, so this is supposed to be. This is our book club that we are starting the spooky month off with. I'm just going to go ahead and say that we didn't get any emails. So there's that. It was really funny. Becky, my mom sent me normally she participates in every single one we do.
Yes.
And she just got behind, I guess. And she sent me a text the other day and was like, oh, I'm not even going to lie. I haven't even picked up the book club book. And then I laughed and sent her a picture of my progress because you would have thought that I also didn't pick up our book club book because that was only like 2 days ago. And unfortunately, I haven't finished the book club book. Shame on me. Shame on me. But Becky here has because she is efficient and
I don't know about that, but
and fantastic, and we Brooke and Becky had over a month to read this. And I just took forever and never finished it. And here Becky is. Oh, granted, you did finish it yesterday, was it? Today. Which is really giving me. So,
I feel like I do that with every book club book, though.
Yeah. I did that with the last one, Neverwhere.
Mm-hmm.
But before that, I think I was pretty good. I was pretty on time. I think I had finished books and had time to have started another one with like a few days to spare before we even recorded.
Mm-hmm.
But Neverwhere, though, I mean, I liked it. I did like it, as you have all heard, hopefully by now, that I did like it. I just took forever to read it. And
that's actually the only one that I didn't come close to, like Goblin.
Yeah.
Remember? I sat out in your yard and finished.
That's true. You did. Yeah, you sat outside and finished it. That was so funny. Yeah, no, and you had the audiobook when you finally came inside too, and you were sitting on the couch.
Oh yeah,
focused.
That's right.
And I was like, "Girl, take your time." And
I had it on 4 times speed.
That's crazy. I could never. I mean, maybe one day I could listen to something at 4 times speed, but it all just sounds like chipmunks to me at that point.
That's why I was focused.
Yeah, she's like, "What are they saying?" Okay, Goblin was really good though. I really liked that one.
It was.
So yeah, before we get into the rest of that, we do have an email from Miss Tracy Robinson. It's not in regards to The Devil in the Dark Water, but this is the subject line, Neverwhere continued. So she says, I feel like I gave you two the feeling that I did not enjoy the book. I really did. I was crushed when Hunter died, even though she was a scandalous traitor. I felt that way too. I felt like, you almost felt conflicted because you actually liked that character.
Yeah.
Then you find out she was horrible.
I wanted her to do something redeeming.
Yeah, I did too. I was devastated when the Marquis died, and so very happy when he came back to life. I too really, really did not like Jessica/Jennifer, whatever her name was. She was a bad person. Yeah, we agree. But yes, I really did enjoy it overall. She said, I did remember Coraline, smiley face. So she remembered that Neil Gaiman wrote Coraline. By the way, I also liked the end with Richard and the Marquis. She must have thought of these separate, like right after she sent them, because she sent 3 separate little emails.
That's funny.
And the third one says, I would have rated it 4.75. I think I'm done. So
thank you, Tracy.
Thank you for sending that in for your confirmation. This actually reminds me. There's an email that I have from one of our friends that I meant to read, but by the time I realized I had that email, it was like, it's not irrelevant, but it was just, would have been it's well past what we were talking about.
Yeah.
I need to find it. I know it's in here. I know I saved your email. I know I saved it.
Does it have a...
There it is.
Okay.
There it is. It's from our lovely friend Katie, and it was actually an audio attachment. Let me see if I can add the audio attachment. We'll be pleasantly surprised. It's about a man called Uva.
Okay.
So, obviously it was a while ago that she sent this.
Right.
She sent this in May, and I mean, like, I think a month had gone by, and she had messaged me and was like, you haven't like checked your email or something like that, and I was like, what? So let me see if I can add it real quick.
Hi, Brookie. Hi, Becky. It's Katie. So I listen to y'all every week, obviously, religiously at 5 a.m. or whatever time Brooke decides to post it. And I knew Brooke was reading a man called Uva. And then I heard y'all talk about it. I don't know if Becky's still reading it or if she has read it. I don't remember because I'm so obsessed with Brooke. Anyways, so I listened to it on audiobooks and unscribed, which I find is a lot easier for me to listen to audiobooks than to sit down with a regular book, even though I love reading actual real books. But the way my life works, I spend most of my life in my car or like at the gym, so my headphones and an audiobook just work great for me. Anyways, so I listened to it. I started it Tuesday and I finished it Thursday because it was pretty short, but I also just like got invested in it, and it was just like so easy to listen to, so I would imagine it would be just as easy to read. And I did not cry, so sorry. I guess I'm heartless. I'm actually pretty sensitive, so I was like kind of surprised, but did not even well up, didn't even shed a tear, so don't know what that says about me, but I thought it was very like descriptive, obviously, and it was just kind of sad. Not sad enough to cry, but just like imagining how Uva felt and just like how he was just so ready to just be done with his life. It was like so hard to listen to at times, and I like contemplated just like pausing it and giving myself a break, but I was like, no, let me go ahead and finish this, get it over with, in the aspect of the suicide, but everything else, like, I loved it. I couldn't wait to finish it. I would make time, like, just to be in my car, just so I could listen to it. I especially love the relationship he has with Parvana. I had to think of her name. And it's just so crazy to me how, like, one person, it seemed, I know it wasn't one person, but it kind of started with her. And it was like every time he tried to do what he was going to do, she would, like, end up stopping it, or she'd be involved in some way. So I really loved their relationship, and just kind of her being the reason that he didn't end it. And I don't know if she knows that. I don't remember if he said anything about it in the letter at the end, but I just loved watching their relationship develop and kind of watching him get softer and becoming an asset to the community rather than the grumpy old man everybody thought he was. My favorite part of the book was probably when he was teaching Parvana how to drive. I personally do not know how to drive a manual, and I heard that my girl Becky does, and shout out to her for being a beast, because I can barely drive with one foot, let alone two. So I could only imagine how she felt, especially like that was her first time driving ever. I really like related to her when she just like stopped the car and just threw her hands over her face and started crying, because like I feel that a lot with my experiences learning how to drive an automatic. So I thought that was funny, and then I loved the way that he like got out of the car and like confronted those like tattooed neck men. And I just love the way that the author Fredrik Backman describes the people, like how he refers to them, like the cat is the annoyance. And I was like, is that the cat's name? I never really like confirmed if that was the cat's name, but then it was like the pregnant foreigner, like just the little ways he would describe them before you finally learn their names. I just thought it was like funny. And obviously it's like kind of rude, but I don't know. It kind of lightened up the story a lot. My only qualm with this book is we just don't know. We just don't have the answer to if Pravana named her baby, who was a boy, if she named him Uva. And I'm just really telling myself that she did, because I was waiting for it, like the very end. I was like, oh my gosh, she's gonna say, yeah, we named him Uva or something. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I don't have the answer to this. I'm left to just my imagination, which I'm choosing to believe that she did, that Fredrik Backman did in fact name the child after Uva. So this is like really long. I'm sorry, but I was very invested in this book. And I did like the narrator. He did sound like Tom Hanks, and I do love Forrest Gump. So that really drew me in from the beginning. It was very sad, with like, you know, everything with his wife and the neighbor and how they used to be friends and just like all that. And it was kind of like an emotional roller coaster without the tears. That's really the only way I know how to describe it. But I really do appreciate the recommendation. I am off to find something else by him to listen to. I'm kind of exploring around, and I know Brooke mentioned some other ones. So I just wanted to give you my worthless opinion as always, and thank you for keeping me happily booked.
Wow, that worked like a charm. I think we just need to do that from now on.
Yeah, that was good.
Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry it took me so long to actually put your recording into the episode, because that was such a good what is the word?
Review? Summary?
Yes, but no. Like, I don't know the word, but yeah, that was a great review and a really good summary. And I'm really glad that I finally added it, and I think you'll be pleasantly surprised when you hear this.
I am glad that I got to hear that, because I liked remembering.
Yeah,
the book.
I know. It made me feel like, I don't know. Yeah, reminiscent.
I too didn't cry at first.
Yeah.
I didn't cry until the very end.
Yeah.
But that was because you kept saying, "Oh, I bawled like a baby," and I kept thinking,
Yeah.
There's got to be a reason why, like the very first time he attempted,
Uh-huh.
and I stopped it like right before, so I
You're like,
didn't
"No.
know. I didn't know what was
please."
going to happen next.
Right.
But I told myself, you know what? I know Brooke cried at this point. I'm not going to, because I'm going to wait and see what happens.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I waited to see what happened. Otherwise, I probably would have boohooed too. But I waited till the very end, because that, to me, the sweetness of the end.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I mean, I don't remember if I did, but I'm sure I did.
I think you did.
Boo-hoo sobbed at the end, because it was just it was done so well. And I mean, obviously it's not what I shouldn't really say that, I guess, but I mean, we more or less spoiled it now, but like, it's not, it is a happier ending. It's not what you expect to go down.
Right.
But it's still not what you would want to happen, but it's
a
very realistic book.
Also, for the subject matter of the book, it
Right,
was a
right,
very
right.
lighthearted book.
Yeah,
There was a lot of humor throughout,
Mm-hmm.
but that just, to me, reflects real life.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
You've got to laugh in some situations
Yeah.
at some things, otherwise you're just...
even amongst all the sadness, there's still humor. Like, even when I was depressed, there were still moments that there was humor.
Right.
And I just like that it really showed, like, even though I don't even think he was depressed, he just wanted to be with his wife.
Right, yeah.
So he was just being pragmatic in his mind.
He just didn't see, there wasn't anything here for him.
Right. He wasn't sad. It wasn't some kind of desperate act or anything like that.
Mhm.
As far as we would think of a desperate act, he just wanted to be reunited with his wife.
And with that, with knowing all of that, I am genuinely shocked Katie didn't cry. I am genuinely shocked. And I mean, I don't think it means you're heartless. I know. I can see you're a little tearing up. It's a very moving book. But yeah, because, and I don't blame you. I don't blame you, Katie, at all. But like, I feel like elderly people and like their heartbreak is a subject that it moves me. But I know I'm fairly certain it moves Katie very easily. So I'm just shocked that it really didn't make her cry. Maybe it's because we did talk about it so much, so she maybe went in prepared.
Yeah.
Going back to, I know this episode's not supposed to be about this, but it's okay. It's not like I finished the book club book, so going back to, although it is a dark subject, there's a lot of it lightens. There's a lot of humor in it. A lot of like, what did you say? So you worded it perfectly. I can't think of what you said, but
I don't remember.
Lightheartedness, almost sprinkled in, almost like comedic relief.
Yeah.
One of our coworkers, he said, I don't remember who he had gotten to start reading A Man Called Uva, but he told me that they couldn't finish it because it was a dark subject, and they felt that Fredrik Backman was almost too lighthearted, too nonchalant about the subject, and it upset them. But I also think they have a past with somebody who unfortunately did that, so I can see why they would be a little, upset by it. But I just find that interesting because I agree with you, and luckily, we I guess think that way about it.
Yeah,
can appreciate it in that kind of light.
Yeah, I hate that they gave up on it because he was not flippant with the subject at all.
Right.
He just showed true human nature, and it went back and forth between, his past and how it brought him to where he was.
That's what got me. Well, that's what got me in the movie. A Man Called Otto. They did that part, I think, really well, and every time they did that, I like boohoo every single. I did it like 5 times. I just cried every single time. She did cry during the movie, though. We watched that movie together, so don't let her pretend she's super heartless because from the get-go, she couldn't stop crying. So
she should watch the original movie, not the one with Tom Hanks, and I love Tom Hanks.
Right, yeah.
But I think that
I know, I want to watch the original one, too.
The original one was more in tune with the book.
Yeah. An actual adaptation.
Yes. Yeah. And I enjoyed the ending of that one. I don't know if I enjoyed it more, but I really enjoyed it. And also they changed things in the one with Tom Hanks that I didn't like that they changed those things.
Yeah.
I thought they were needless changes.
Like the Americanization and stuff like that.
Yeah, I didn't like that Parvana wasn't Middle Eastern.
Yeah.
We have Middle Easterners in America. It's perfectly acceptable to have a Middle Eastern person in the movie. Like, that's okay.
Yeah, like, why did you have to change that? I thought that was a weird thing to change as well.
I didn't like that. And there was something else that they changed. It had to do with the former student. And I think that they combined
it was like 2
or 3 characters into one character. I didn't like that.
It was at least 2. Yeah.
And just I wish that they had kept that the same too. And also I think that character was supposed to be Middle Eastern.
I think you're right. Yeah.
So anyway, that was just a couple things that I didn't really like about the Tom Hanks movie, and I don't hold it against Tom Hanks. He didn't do that. But
yeah.
And he played Otto very well.
Yeah, I think so too. He did he's a great actor.
He's a fabulous actor. So anyway.
But yeah. I like how she mentioned how Parvana, like every single time that Uva was attempting to end his life, she like stepped in without realizing it. And I may have thought this and talked about it last time, but I was like, it just made me think, oh yeah, like she was almost like his angel.
Yeah.
You know, and so was the cat though. The cat saved him at one point.
Yes.
And I just thought that was really sweet, really touching. I also do not, I know this was an issue when the baby's name, she kept messaging me. She was like, do you know the baby's name? and I was like, no, I don't think they said it. I don't think that it was said at all. And I Googled it and Googled it. Nowhere to be found. Do you recall if they... Okay.
I don't.
Yeah, we were both choosing to believe that she called him Uva because, hello, you would have had to. So if anybody else has read A Man Called Uva and recalls, knows the answer to that, what Parvana's baby's name was at the end of the book, please tell us. Please. If not for me and Becky, do it for Katie. She needs to know.
I mean, it would be easy if we had a physical copy, but I also listened to it on audio.
Yeah, I listened to it. I think the only one I physically own is Beartown. I think the rest I've done audio. They're really good. They're really good audiobooks. Anyway, this is not what this episode's about. But I remembered that I meant to add her recording, so I'm glad I was able to do that. Even if it was sort of difficult this time for some reason. But I liked connecting it to my phone. I think we might continue to do that.
Yeah, that was very easy.
Yeah. So, anyway, The Devil in the Dark Water by Stuart Turton was our book club book. I did not finish it. This is a heinous crime. And if Becky has a punishment that she could work up for me, I think I need to go forth and redeem myself.
I'll announce it on the next episode.
Okay.
I'll be thinking.
I'll try to remind you because that's bad. That's bad because my mom didn't do it. I didn't do it. And I was trying. I will say my mom didn't even start. So if you're going to punish anybody, I'm just kidding. She's not a hostess, so I deserve it. That's not to say that I wasn't enjoying the book, though, because I was enjoying it. I didn't get super far. I think I got to the point where they just realized that instead of... Oh, by the way, spoilers. Spoilers. So if you don't want to be spoiled, get out of here. I just got to the point where... Oh, what is happening?
Ella went to the bathroom, I think.
It's like, what is it? I heard that noise, and sometimes Ranger will go over to the pantry door and hit the thing that's on the doorknob.
Oh.
Because he's like, I guess wants some food or something.
I don't even see him.
He's probably laying in. He may have followed her, or he's laying in the kitchen. Spoilers. Spoilers. I just got to the part where, how do you say his name? Aren't?
Errant.
Okay. I can always trust you because you got the audio. Where Errant, I kept saying aren't because I was like, surely it's not aren't.
Yeah.
Because it's spelled like aren't.
Yeah, I just looked up some quotes because I wanted to see if there were any quotes that I remembered.
Do have a quote I could use.
And I saw his name, how it was spelled. So
yeah, isn't that funny? So I was like, I'm not gonna say aren't. I'm gonna say aren't in my brain. So errant, okay. Where he just got to walk Sammy on the top deck for his little bit of exercise.
Okay.
For the first time. And Sammy's like, do you remember how many ships set off from Batavia? With us? And he's like, no, or something like he didn't remember. And he was like, well, it was 7. So tell me why there's 8 candles on and it ended the chapter that way. And I was like, ooh, chills. Ooh. And I actually think I finished the next chapter after that. I just don't remember exactly what happened. I'm going to be so disappointing this episode. I'm so sorry. I do have a quote, though. I managed to save a quote because I thought it was really good. There's actually 2. There's 2 quotes. What if I send you one and you read it and I'll read the other one?
Okay.
That's fair, right? I'll send you this one. Good old Beck. Okay, so when you get that, you can read it first, and then I'll read this other quote.
You've been on the battlefield, Hayes. You know what men are when there's nobody telling them to be better. They don't need old Tom whispering suggestions in their ear. Evil comes from in here.
And he points at his heart.
Ooh.
I know, right? Spooky. And it's so true. It's like, I don't want to say it's so true. I don't think people are born evil, but
Yeah.
like people can be very evil.
Yeah, they can.
This is the other quote I saved. This was like right after each other. Arent had wanted more. Having turned his back on power and wealth, he found himself immune to their lure.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they gave me caffeinated instead on accident. Instead, he went searching for a place where honor mattered, where strength was used to protect the weak, and thrones weren't automatically handed from one madman to the next. And he
That's
says
a
a few
good
things right after that I thought about adding, but
Mhm.
I just didn't. But I thought they were really good quotes. I really like, although I think only like 22 or so % through the book. I really enjoyed Arent's character. At
He
first,
is a great character.
how do you imagine him? How do you see him?
I see him as like He-Man.
Okay. Okay.
With clothes on.
Yeah. I hope so. Okay. At first, I imagined him as like a very large, like, I don't want to say troll, but like just a very large man, heavy built, and kind of like gentle giant. But I guess I didn't think he was gonna be like would be attractive.
Attractive, yeah.
But what's her face? That I can't think of her
Sarah.
name. That's her name. Sarah Wessel. I started to realize I was enjoying whatever little romance they were starting. And I was like, oh, he must not be like a goofy giant.
Like
I
ugly or scary looking.
I understand now a little bit better. I was really enjoying that. I guess I'm a little disappointed I haven't proceeded to find out what happens with them. But surely you'll tell me.
Yes, okay. All right, so I really enjoyed the book. And I don't want anything that I say to make it sound like I didn't enjoy it. However,
What would you have rated it?
I will give it a 4.5.
Okay,
It's a
so
good.
it's
I
pretty
mean, I
good,
would
yeah.
rate it high. As far as being spooky, I think I was I wanted more.
That is interesting to know. For sure.
I think that throughout the whole thing, it felt more like a mystery than something spooky.
Which it did clarify in the synopsis that it's like a almost like a mystery.
Okay.
But it did also come across as something very spooky.
So
So that's a little
I
disappointing to me.
think that if you like spooky, then you would have also wanted it to be like where there was an actual devil or an actual
Mhm.
spirit. So, newsflash, it was not.
Yeah, I figured it was going to end up being just people.
And it was, and there is a huge plot twist at the end. Huge. I never saw it coming.
Really? Oh!
I didn't see it coming at all. So, all the way through, of course, you hate Sarah's husband.
Oh, yeah.
He is, except Arent loves him because he remembers how he was when he was a boy.
Right, he's like an honorary uncle to him.
And, okay, so for those of you who didn't read it and you're wondering what the heck we're talking about, so Arent, you find out when he was a boy, his father disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
And he woke up somewhere on a road where he wasn't supposed to be, covered in mud. The ending of his story is revealed at the end.
Really?
What happened to his father? Okay, so
Dang, I might have to finish it.
before we get to the reveal of that,
Yeah.
Crazy, I don't know,
Cracia.
Cracia,
Yeah.
the mistress of
Oh, that's how
Sarah's.
it's pronounced.
Yes,
Do you know
they
how
kept
it's
saying
spelled?
Crazy. No.
Let me write it out for you.
Oh.
Yeah, it's spelled in the book. It's spelled Creesjie. So I kept reading it as Creesjie.
Well,
Crazy.
they're from Amsterdam.
Yeah.
A lot of them are. So it's, I guess maybe whoever read it read how you're supposed to pronounce
Yeah, no, I'm
their
sure.
names or whatever. But
That's the good thing
yeah.
about audiobooks most of the time is they actually pronounce stuff
yeah.
correctly.
So he pronounced it Kraishi or something like that.
Okay.
Kraishi. She is the mistress of Sarah's husband,
Yeah,
and he prefers her over his wife.
which I hated, but I thought it was cool that her and Sarah were like besties.
Best friends.
And they both kind of hated him.
There was a lot of vulgar language in the
Mhm.
book, which, if it wasn't there, of course, I would definitely not have missed it, but it also would have been surprising since they're all like sailors and
Yeah. I mean, that's what people say nowadays.
soldiers.
You cuss like a sailor.
yeah.
And
So I would have been really surprised
Yeah.
if it wasn't there. It surprisingly didn't bother me the same way that it might have bothered me in another book, because you almost expect them to talk that way.
Yeah.
There was one very uncomfortable sex scene between Sarah and her husband. It's almost like I don't want to say
The R word.
yeah,
Okay.
because
Yeah. You don't have to if you don't
she
want
didn't
to.
fight it, but
You could tell she was not.
yeah,
I hate that.
yeah,
Ugh,
it
I
was
hate
so
that.
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And so of course then there's Sammy and Aaron's relationship, where Aaron, protects Sammy as he goes about his different missions, and his uncle won't tell him why he has to be in lockup, and he just doesn't think it's fair, but he has to try to solve this crime that's going on, or this threat that's come against the ship and everyone on it.
Yeah.
And he does not believe in devils. And so he's trying to figure out, what's going on from a realistic, non spiritual point of view. And he holds against himself something that happened a few years before where he accused someone
Yeah.
of a crime, and Sammy said he came and he said no, that he didn't do it.
Right.
Okay. I'm bringing up several points, and it sounds a little jumbled, but the reason I'm doing that is because at the end, these things come back up, and the truth behind everything is revealed at the end.
Ooh.
So, some different things happen. You mentioned the light, the 8th lantern.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah, and how I remember it disappeared the next morning.
Yeah,
I
so
do remember that.
it disappears within minutes. It shows up 3 or 4 times, and it always disappears, and they can't find the other ship. Okay. Things happen when the lantern appears. So, like the first time, all the animals are killed.
Oh, okay. So I haven't made it that far. Okay.
So the first time it appears, the animals are killed, and
That must be where I was almost about to get to.
Yeah, probably. And then I forget what happens the second time, but then this big storm comes.
Ooh,
and
gosh.
all of the ships are being tossed about on the sea, and even one of them is thrown into another one, and it decimates it. All the sailors on the Saldan have strapped themselves on board, so that it won't be washed overboard, and all of the passengers are below deck. And when the storm is over, Sarah's husband is found dead. I think it was at the end of the storm. I don't think it happened before. And I apologize if I get things a little bit out of order, because I was always listening to it driving. So whenever there was a point made, I wanted to write down some points, but you can't do that when you're driving. So I do apologize if anyone that read it and you're like, no, Becky, that's not when that happened. I'm sorry.
Show her a little grace, would ya?
So I apologize. He was found murdered in his locked room, and he had a dagger sticking in his chest. And so then the musketeers, the one in charge of the musketeers was Druft. He murders the ship captain.
Okay.
And he in essence, I don't know how to say it before. He creates a mutiny. And he takes over, and there's an island that they can see, and they think it's the Devil's Island, and they go ashore there. But
they think it's the Devil's Island. So they stop.
They needed, so many people had died because of the storm.
Okay.
They needed to
Kind of recoup and
yes. And so a lot of their provisions are lost. They had sent people, I think they sent some people on rafts to try to escape to the shore or whatever. Anyway, so they're all on the shore, and the musketeers are killing sailors. And Druff says, well, they were going to die anyway, and we have limited supplies, and I can't spare it for people who aren't going to make it anyway. So many characters in this book are terrible people.
like traitorous.
Yes. And some of the people you think are good, you find out are not.
Ooh.
That is the huge plot twist that just really, I wouldn't say broke my heart, but I was very surprised.
Mm-hmm.
And also, it's hard to feel bad for the people who were murdered by the quote unquote devil, because they weren't good people either.
Yeah.
There were a couple of people who maybe were innocents who shouldn't have suffered, but all in all, the majority of the people who died weren't good people. So it's hard to feel. It's not real life, so I don't feel bad about saying
No,
this.
yeah, no, it's okay. It's okay. It's just a fictional book.
In real life, no one deserves to be murdered.
Right.
I've not seen, and I watch true crime, and I've not seen one person on any of those true crime
that you're
things
like,
that I
they
think
deserve that.
they deserve that.
Yeah,
as
that
a
would
matter,
make you kind of heartless.
as a matter of fact, most of them didn't do anything. I'm like, why would you do that?
Yeah, right.
But anyway, I digress. So it's hard to feel bad for the characters who were murdered. So they get to the island, and Aaron is trying to figure out how to save everyone, because Dreft has gone off seemingly on the deep end, in my opinion, because he's like, oh no, we're going to just let the men have the women, and we're going to divide them up, and when we die, because there's not enough
Anarchy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And Aaron is like, this is exactly what the devil wants.
Right.
We can't. The devil's name is
Old Tom.
Old Tom.
Okay.
This is exactly what Old Tom
I
wants.
was wondering if they kind of stuck with that the whole time.
Yeah, they did. He's like, we can't do this, and he goes into the woods, and he comes up with a plan to save the passengers, and he finds this place that's like full of victuals. It's got everything that they need to survive for a few months, even like 3 little cabins that were built. So fast forward a little bit. Did you meet, what is his name? He had a weird name. Something Cares.
Cares.
He was like the priest or whatever.
SARS. Yeah, I did meet him. What's it called? The predicant?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so
and Isabel.
Isabel. Okay, so Isabel is pregnant.
Okay.
You find that out.
Mm.
And he gets killed.
Okay.
And
I thought he was a shady character, so.
I don't know that he really was shady. Well, I guess he was, because of the reason why he was killed. So Isabel kind of goes off the loony bin.
Yeah.
She loses it.
I could see how.
And
being that guy's ward and then being in those situations.
Yes.
Yeah. No.
She drugs everybody. And so only I don't think that all of them were drugged. Some of them pretended to be drugged, and I'll tell you why I think that in a minute. But she was off like carousing with the musketeers. And Crazy thought she went crazy. She's like, what is she doing? She can't be over there like serving their liquor and dancing with them. They have untoward ideas towards the women
in general.
And then,
oh gosh, sorry.
then one by one, all of the musketeers start passing out. She's drugged them all. But then when Crazy and everyone starts running over to her, she's like, help me tie them up. But then they all start passing out too. Aaron and Sarah and Crazy, everybody. And then when they wake up, they're all tied up.
Did she drug them too?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if like maybe it turns into some mass hysteria kind of thing.
No.
That'd be kind of cool.
But I think Errant wasn't really drugged.
Pretended.
Yes. Okay. So she's going to light them all on fire to rid them of old Tom. And
that's the way to do it.
Yeah. She's like, she's
a good old witch hunt.
And she's like, she starts with Leah. So she's going to light Leah's dress on fire.
Oh,
is that the right name? That's her daughter's name, I think.
Oh yeah, Leah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And like even Crazy is like begging her to stop, and then she goes, "There's no old Tom."
End of chapter. Black screen. To be continued.
Mic
drop.
It was crazy the whole time.
Oh my gosh. I thought that's where you were going to go with it. When you said people you think are good are not good, and it's really shocking, I imagined her.
There's a second plot twist.
There. Oh my God.
Sarah and Errant already figured it out, and he had sent a couple of people on a mission to do something for him.
So they already figured out it was Crazy,
and she had help.
Okay.
One of the helpers was the captain who was killed by Drift.
Okay, yeah.
And then the two that he sent on a mission also helped her. They had worked for her for a long time, for her family. And so it gets to the end, and
at least she didn't want to light Leah on fire.
Yeah, that she stopped. But that also was a trick.
Oh.
For Crazy's benefit, because they had to figure out a way to get her to admit to it.
Mm-hmm.
And what's that girl's name? The one. Isabel.
Mm-hmm.
Isabel goes, "Did I do it good? Did I do it right?" And Errant and Sarah were like, "Yeah, you did a great job." Oh my gosh! So it was.
They wrote weirdo little Isabel into it too.
And actually,
this would be a good TV series.
Yeah, it would. I think Drift knew what was going to happen, because I think Errant and Sarah got with all the people that they needed to get with to tell them, okay, this is what we need to do to pull out the people.
Here's our plan.
Yeah. And so then they go into there's another ship that shows up, and it was one that they thought had been lost in the storm, and they board the ship, just Crazy and Sarah and Errant. And I'm trying to think, I don't remember if Jeff was in the group or not, but they board the ship, and they go in, and in the captain's area on that ship is Sammy. And turns out Sammy is Crazy's brother.
What?
Yes. And they were in on it the whole time.
What?
And the reason why Sammy was in lockup is because Sammy sent a letter to Sarah's husband pretending to be Aaron's grandfather and said, "He's a traitor, lock him up." And he was the one pretending to be the beggar who had been killed at the beginning of the story. He was the one who killed Sarah's husband. And it's because Crazy and Sammy her real name was, and I keep wanting to say Olivia de Havilland because that's a famous actress, but it was Emily de Havilland. She was actually Emily de Havilland.
Okay.
And he was her brother. And they were victims of Crazy's husband, Peter.
Oh.
And who was supposedly the one getting rid of old Tom.
Yeah.
But he was actually working for Sarah's husband, murdering people who were enemies of or rivals of Sarah's husband.
What?
And so Crazy's first husband died or something.
Yeah, he's almost irrelevant, I think, isn't he?
Yes. And she seeks out Peter, intent on murdering him because of what he did to her family. But when she meets him, she thinks he's changed, and he's a different person, and she falls in love with him. So she marries him and has children with him, and she loves him. And then one day, their fortune is dwindling, and he is talking about going out and doing the same thing that he had done before.
Wow.
And getting involved with Sarah's husband again as a partner. And though he didn't tell her what that meant, she knew what that meant because she had been a victim of him.
Uh-huh.
So she killed him. And the reason she killed the predicate is because he trained her husband in how to do all this stuff. And she revealed what happened to Aaron's father way back in the beginning.
Oh my gosh.
Aaron's grandfather.
This would be like the last episode of the TV series
I know.
that they need to make.
Aaron's grandfather and Sarah's husband plotted together to kill Aaron's father because Aaron's father was crazy. And they were worried that he was going to kill Aaron because of his craziness. So they plotted to kill him instead.
Interesting.
And the reason why the reason why Aaron was found elsewhere in a strange place and covered in mud is because he didn't know what was happening, obviously, and he was trying to defend himself and his father, and it scared Peter, and he knocked him out or something. Something happened when he tried to escape from Aaron. And so that's what happened. But I mean, I'm glad that he knew, at least he ended up knowing what happened to his dad.
Yeah.
But, that actually started all of the stuff.
Yeah.
Because everyone thought that Aaron did something to his dad. And he was sent away, he always thought, because his mother was afraid of him. And so they are trying to decide what to do at the end. And Sammy and Crazy say, we can do this or we can do this. But everyone who died deserved to die. Sarah's like, well, so-and-so didn't deserve to die. But then she was thinking, you have all this wealth. How did you get your wealth? Before I go on. Aaron actually did solve the original case that he thought he messed up.
Oh.
Sammy, which that's not his, Samuel Pipps is what he went by, but his name was, I think it was actually Samuel, but it was obviously de Havilland. He made a deal with the guy who was guilty,
Mm-hmm.
and the guy paid him with a huge diamond to let him get away. And that's where they had gotten their wealth from.
I can't believe he is actually a bad guy.
Yeah, I know.
My
it was so
gosh.
saddening. And so, but wait for it.
I'm only like in chapter 25 and he's like so highly praised.
I
Aaron
know.
is he's like my best friend. And
Yes.
oh my gosh. Slap in the face.
And so then Sarah said, well, what if there's a third option? What if, and I don't remember how it's worded, but basically they decide at the end that Crazy and Sammy and Aaron and Sarah and Leah will all work together to help people who are in the same situation that Crazy and Sarah had been in, and Sammy, people who are mistreated by the powerful, who think that it's okay to treat people that way because there's no one who can do anything to stop them.
Mm-hmm.
And they make a decision to work together to fund vigilantism, basically, but not necessarily to stop all of the bad people who are committing bad things, but to strike fear in their hearts to maybe prevent them from doing something bad in the first place.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's how it ends.
Wow.
It was really well written, I thought.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yes, the plot.
It sounds like it just turns into a roller coaster.
It was.
Oh my goodness.
And yes, Aaron and Sarah do end up as a couple.
Yeah.
And
once you said her husband was killed, I was like, okay, so that gives it.
She never did anything she shouldn't have done.
Right.
He did accuse her. He said, I know that you like him. I can see
did
blah,
he?
blah, blah. And
You're the one with a mistress.
Yeah.
That everybody knows that you just bring on the ship with you.
Yes.
Why is that okay?
I don't know, but we just watched a true crime thing, and this guy was cheating on his girlfriend, and then got mad that she had the audacity
The nerve.
to cheat on him. I'm sorry.
Oh, it sucks, doesn't it? Oh, wow. Baby, you shouldn't have done it to me.
Right.
Like, that's crazy.
Crazy.
The audacity.
But when they first land on the island, she's helping all the injured people, and Aaron was still on the ship, and he came onto the island like later. I don't know how much later he was supposed to get there after she did.
Mm-hmm.
But when she saw him, she ran up to him and just kissed him. And I was like, yes.
Finally.
Yes.
Yeah, I dog-eared it for some reason. Not for some reason. I just thought it was really, I don't know. The way it was like nothing. It was nothing. It's absolutely nothing. And I thought, oh, it made me feel.
Yeah.
You know? Let's see. It's when he's like playing his fiddle.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Aaron played his fiddle softly. Why didn't you come to dinner tonight? She asked him, surprising herself with her candor. Aaron flicked her a glance, then returned his attention to his playing. He says, did you want me there? There's like nothing here. And it says, she bit her lip, only able to nod. And then he says, then I'll come tomorrow, he said softly. And I was like, there's nothing there, but I'm like, oh, oh, oh.
But there was. There wasn't, but there was.
It's getting warm in here.
It was very,
like,
so subtly romantic.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was romantic.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's because we're romantics and we just see the
We
romance.
are.
But
I mean, I'm like blushing right now. I
yeah.
was like, that's for no reason.
I really shipped them right away.
And once I read that, I was like,
I wanted her husband to die.
well, he sucked.
He was terrible.
Other than the fact that I guess he appeared to love Aaron.
He really did love Aaron.
Okay.
He really did love him.
Okay.
And that was really stated, and he was the only person that that he loved. Aaron was the only person that he ever loved.
Okay. That makes me feel a little bit better because I liked reading, even though, what's his name? Like San Jan or something, his actual name. Oh, okay. I saw movement and I thought like the cat was on the piano or something. Her husband's name.
Oh,
it's Jan something.
Jan Han.
Jan, okay.
Jan Han.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, even though he sucked
yeah,
and was like just god awful to everybody,
yeah,
all the time, I did enjoy that he had like a soft spot for Aaron. And then when you were telling me all the plot twists, I was like, well, that must mean he didn't actually love Aaron, but I guess it was because he was worried his father was going to hurt him.
Yeah.
So, okay. That's wild. That seems like a wild ride. Oh, man. It seems like it would be such a good TV series.
It would.
Oh.
I agree.
Oh, I would so watch it. I might even still read it. Because
you should.
Just to experience it myself.
I mean, there are some things that I didn't mention and can't quite remember.
I mean, you're not like you're not the book,
right?
So.
I think you should read it. Yeah. Still, I think that there's more that I didn't say that you would be like, oh, you could text me, Becky, da da da, and
wild,
I'm like, yeah,
wild. Wow, you hear that? You hear that, Tracy? Maybe you should read it because it sounds really good. And it's a mystery, all in all. So if you want to read it for yourself, although now if you've listened to this, technically
you might not want to.
Technically, everything that's mega important will have been already said.
Already revealed.
I don't know. I think I might.
Well, I didn't give away how they pulled off all of it.
That's true.
So, and that does get revealed how they pull off like the eighth lantern. There's not an eighth ship, but there is an eighth lantern.
I have a theory about it.
What's your theory?
I have a theory that one of the ships out there just has an extra lantern on it. Okay.
So the whole crew on the seventh ship was in on it.
Wild.
And
is that like one of the ships that got?
That's the ship that ends up the one that they go on, that they board at the very end, where they are in the cabin, the captain's quarters.
Uh-huh.
That was the ship that was in on it.
Mm-hmm.
And they made an 8th lantern, and they would put it out, and there were 2 lookouts on the ship who, when they saw the lantern, they did the things that they were supposed to do to make people think that Old Tom was doing stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Man, that sounds like a wild ride.
It was really good. There is one quote that I found that I would like to read because I think it's very it's a very good quote. I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, it says it here that Sarah's the one who says it. Sarah says this: "Courage isn't an absence of fear," cried out Sarah. "It's the light we find when fear is all there is. You're needed now, so find your courage."
Oh,
I think she says
really
that to
nice.
Leah. Yeah.
I really like that. That sounds like something I would have stopped and added to my notes.
Yeah.
When I got to it. I really like that. Man, I wish I didn't suck so much and had finished it.
To be fair, you were very busy this weekend.
Yeah,
I mean, I know you had plenty of time, but really there really were only 2 weeks between when we ended Neverwhere and when we did this episode.
I guess you're right. Yeah.
So you would have, you can do it in a week because I did.
Yeah.
But.
Oh, yeah.
But you had a lot going on. It's not like you were just sitting around not doing anything.
I think so at the Drift event in Kentucky, we arrived Thursday. We left at 12-ish. Well, I think we left at 1. We wanted to leave at 12. We left around 1.
Mm-hmm.
Had to drop the dogs off at my parents'. And then we were heading up there. And our goal was to, get up there, drop the trailer off at the track before they closed the gates, which they closed the gates at 8 o'clock. Their time. You go back an hour, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And then go to the hotel. Just be there a little, not early, but Austin is always the last person anywhere.
Yeah.
So I'm I'm trying to work on it a little bit with him. Can we just, how about we leave at this time so we beat the Atlanta traffic, first of all. And we did pretty good, except we got to Chattanooga and broke down. So, so
that's
then
fun.
I don't remember what it was, but it was something inside the driver's wheel. I can't think of what it was, but he changed it. Luckily, he knew what was happening. I went ahead and looked up auto parts stores. There was one right there. We got off, parked in a Food City parking lot, and just walked to O'Reilly's. It was literally you could see the building. You could see O'Reilly's. We just walked there and back. They gave him the wrong one at first, so he just went back the second time because my ankle was hurting. And then came back, fixed it. I mean, we were there, I would say, probably 2.5, maybe 3 hours. So it was a little bit of a bit of a time.
Yeah.
Then we finally hit the road again. Got to Kentucky just fine. Everything was fine, except we got there much later than we wanted to, so we couldn't drop the trailer off. We got to the hotel, checked in, everything was good. Then we immediately the next day woke up, ate breakfast, went to the track. Blah, blah, blah. There at the event. I had some time that day on Friday to sit inside the trailer and read some. And I did. And I think I had texted you too when I was reading. Mm-hmm. And I was enjoying it. I think I had gotten through several chapters. And then, I don't even remember. I think they didn't have a lot of time sessions for the drifters. So, I mean, when he was actually going out and they were all going to be able to drift, because it's multiple things at this event. It's not just a drift event. I wasn't going to read. I went to go watch. So I watched, and it was and there was one session that was 2 hours, and then an hour, blah, blah, blah. But in between, we ended up actually wandering around the event, which we almost never do, because normally Austin's fans stop and talk to him for ever, which is great. I'm not complaining. It's just, it does take some time for me to be able to actually drag Austin away to do something.
Right.
And that sounds like I'm being selfish, but he wants to talk to them. I want him to talk to them to talk to him. Did I say that right? But at the same time, we also have other things to do. Like he needs to change the tires. We need to go eat.
Mm-hmm.
We want to go look at some of the other things. So we actually did wander around a good bit. So I like for several hours I'd never read, and then he went out to drift again, so I didn't read. And then by the time we were done, we had to like clean up, pack up, go eat dinner, which was late. And then we would go back to the hotel. I would just leave my book in the car, in the truck, because we're going to bed.
Right.
And it's the same thing the next day, except the next day, which would have been Saturday, we were even busier because that's the busiest day at the event. And I never read on Saturday, I don't think. And I did read a little bit on the way to Kentucky, but because of the time we left and then having broken down and then heading and continuing our trip, I'm getting ahead of myself. I read, but then like the sun was going down. So it's like, and don't get me wrong, I have book lights. I had 2 book lights with me, but I just didn't want to read in the dark. And then I realized it was on Kindle Unlimited on Sunday when we were heading back. And we left later on Sunday because the drift session was from 1 to 2.
Mm-hmm.
And we left by 3 o'clock. And we stopped and we ate. And then we hit the road. But then that was only a couple of hours of sunlight. And I read for as long as I could in the sunlight. And at one point, it was so dark, I was like, I'm almost done with this chapter. I just pulled my phone up and had the light on my phone. And Austin was like, I'm just going to turn this light on, like the cab light. And I hate doing that. I feel like it's distracting for him or something. And I don't know. I just feel weird about like making the light have to be on while I'm reading. He was like, what happened to your book lights? I said, I have 2 of them. They're in my bag. I just don't want to get them. And then I finished the chapter and I closed the book and I said, I'm going to be done for now. I didn't realize it was on Kindle Unlimited though. The Devil in the Dark Water is on Kindle Unlimited, everybody. And so I downloaded it on my phone and then proceeded to read several more chapters. And then I got tired. So so I actually didn't sleep on the way back though. I don't remember why. Interesting.
Maybe you were just enjoying your husband's company.
Yeah, there's just for once I was like, I think I can actually stay up the entire time and just be awake. Because normally once the sun goes down and we're on a road trip, I'm out.
That's funny.
I'm out. So I had time to read, but then I didn't have time to read. So I read in the time that I had that I could.
Right.
I just should have started the book sooner. What did I read before this? Sea of Tranquility, I think.
Yeah.
I should have not read that. I should have started The Devil in the Dark Water and then read that, but I really liked that. So I can't fault myself for reading that. I really enjoy Emily St. John Mandel. The struggle is real. So you'll have to think of a punishment. I'm going to try to remind you. It's gotta be a good bookish punishment.
Yes, I'll be thinking.
I'm sure you're going to make me read an Ian Reid book. So
one thing that I did think was funny was that we did not read The Three Musketeers, but there were musketeers in this book. Yeah.
I thought that was funny. I thought that was funny too. Well, if anybody else actually finished the book in the allotted time, or by the time you hear this have finished it, send us an email.
Yeah, tell us what you thought.
Yeah, tell us what you thought. What you
did I leave out
it.
that you wish I had said?
Yeah. I mean, she can't remember all of it. That's a lot. It's a big book. It's not a tiny book. I mean, I would consider this book, let's see. Oh, and there's an apology to history and boats. That's funny. There's a reading group guide at the end. Should have used it. Is this 484 pages? So to me, that counts as large. That's a large book. Once you hit 400, I'm like, that's a pretty big book.
Yeah.
That's a decently, maybe medium. I'll go medium because I have read some like 800-page books and stuff,
right.
And I'm like, those are big.
I didn't update Storygraph the whole time. I have in here that I'm at 15%.
Oh yeah, I have a hard time like, do you change the format to audio when you do that? Like, do you change the edition that you're reading to audio?
No.
Okay.
I need to figure out how to do that.
I can show you.
Oh, okay, yeah, I would love that because I'm like, I don't know how
your statistics are going to come out.
Yeah, I'm like, what percentage am I through this book?
Right. Whenever I'm very particular because I want my statistics to be as accurate as I can have them at the end of the year because I'm just a lunatic. But so I make sure every single edition is the exact edition, and if it's not in there, I will like create it.
That is funny.
And send it in. But whenever I do an audio, I never update my progress because you have to like do math to figure it out, and I'm like, it's not worth it to me. I'm just gonna tell you when I started it and tell you when I finished it because I'm not doing all that. I'm not doing all that. Anyway, I'm so sorry that I didn't finish the book.
I'm sorry you didn't too, but not because of the episode, but because I think you would really have enjoyed reading it.
Yeah.
I think I wanted it to be a real devil.
Yeah.
A real spirit.
And I kind of figured it wasn't going to be, but
it was still good.
Yeah. Well, it kind of reminds me of Halloween Party by Agatha Christie.
Yeah.
And I guess I shouldn't spoil anything else. But Halloween Party by Agatha Christie, where they all think it's like the devil or a ghost or demon that's doing all of these crazy things.
Right.
And Hercule Poirot really puts them in their place.
Right.
So, I mean, it's fun.
Yeah.
But sometimes you do want to read something and it'd be like a spooky supernatural.
I think that's why I kept I think I wasn't as creeped out at the creepy parts as I would have been.
Because
I kept thinking in my head, I think it's not going to be.
Yeah. And that makes it less scary.
Yeah.
It does.
Meanwhile, if you were actually on the ship when that stuff was happening,
I would have pooed myself.
Yeah, I would have peed my pants.
It would have been over. It was like an 8-month voyage.
Yeah.
Which I know that's how long it took for people, but like thinking about it, it's like
the book doesn't
insane.
actually take 8 months because they don't make it to the end of the journey when the book ends. But it is about a 3 or 4 month journey that this is going on, I think. I think they said the time at one point.
Spooky.
Yeah.
But not too spooky because it's not really the devil. So.
Like Goblin? Whoa.
Yeah. A lot of weird stuff's going on in that town. That's like the gray area you avoid when driving through. That like, we're not going to Goblin.
Right.
Yeah. I think about the police officers in Goblin a lot.
Yeah.
Is that weird? I think about how just creepy they were.
Yes,
and then in the last story they did where they're like monsters chasing the people through the forest.
Yes.
And they like are taking the girl to the maze and stuff. Oh my gosh. That was a really good book. I still stand by what I think, and what I think is the people who do American Horror Story need to make an adaptation for a season for that, because I think they would do a really good job.
Yeah.
It would be really creepy. It would also become a lot more inappropriate for kids, though, probably. Not that it was appropriate to begin with, but it would be a lot worse as an adaptation by the creators of American Horror Story.
Yeah.
So, woo-hoo. There's a new season out, and I'm a little. Normally, whenever it comes out, it comes out on Hulu. It's out on Hulu now, or coming out. So I don't know if it's the current season that is out right now on actual television, and Hulu is just doing one episode at a time with them, or Hulu just got it, but they're still doing one episode at a time. I don't know. Because normally whenever there's a new season out of American Horror Story on Hulu, me and Katie will watch it together.
Right.
But we'll watch like the whole thing, which we haven't planned to do right now. But the newest season, I think, is called American Horror Story Delicate, I think is what it is. And it involves, like, at least from the cover screen of it, the little picture they show and like the little teasers I've seen on Instagram and stuff, it involves like spiders, but it also involves pregnancy.
Okay.
And I'm like, I don't know if I want to watch it. I'm not sure if I want to watch it because knowing American Horror Story, it's gonna get ugly, and I just don't think that's something I would like to see at the moment.
Yeah. I wonder why.
Yeah. I don't remember why I said that, but send us recordings, people. I really enjoy being able to hear other people talk.
And also, it doesn't even have to be about the books we're talking about.
No, yeah.
You guys could send us recordings about what you're reading.
Oh, that would be so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, give us suggestions on books that you've read and what you like.
Yeah.
That'd be fun to hear.
That would be really fun. happylybookedpodcast@gmail.com.
Check the show notes. It'll be there.
It's there. It is there at the bottom of the show notes. Yeah, well, I mean, that's all I've really got to say, I guess.
That's a wrap.
Yep.
Well, all right then. Well, I guess then y'all need to be checking out Sideways Sheriff because he's got to have some stuff up there from the weekend.
Yep.
And
I took a lot of videos.
Awesome. And, also we have merch.
We sure do.
And if you haven't purchased The Devil in the Dark Water and you do want to read it, you should click on our link and purchase it through Amazon, through us, so that we, might get a little something, something.
A little something, something.
But as always, it is wonderful to know that there are so many kindred spirits in the world. Thank you for listening to us every week. We appreciate you. Until next time, stay happily booked.